Imagine waking up with no memory, surrounded by strangers, and the only way out is through a deadly maze that changes every night. This is Maze Runner. Let's dive in. The movie begins with a teenage boy waking up in a metal elevator pallet box. He panics, gasping for air, as the elevator shakes and rises. When it stops, the top opens, and a group of boys pulls him out. They're loud, excited, and call him Greenie, their name for newcomers. The boy is confused, disoriented, and terrified. He tries to run, but quickly learns there's nowhere to go. He's in a huge grassy area, surrounded by impossibly tall stone walls. The boys tell him this place is called the Glade, and everyone here arrived the same way, no memory of who they are, except their first names, which they slowly remember over time. Their leader, Albie, explains the rules: work together, don't fight, and most importantly, never go into the maze at night. When the sun goes down, the giant stone doors close, and anyone left outside dies. The boy later remembers his name, Thomas, but he can't remember anything else. Still, he can't stop thinking about the maze. Every morning, a group called the Runners enters it to map its layout. The maze shifts every night, making it harder to solve. No one has ever escaped. One day, while exploring the Glade, Thomas is attacked by another boy named Ben, who has been stung by a creature from the maze called a griever. Ben is going crazy, screaming that Thomas doesn't belong there. The others banish Ben into the maze as punishment, and Thomas watches in horror as the doors close on him. Not long after, tragedy strikes again. Minyu, the lead runner, and Albie are trapped in the maze when Albie gets stung. With no time to think, Thomas breaks the biggest rule. He sprints into the maze just as the doors start closing. For the first time, a newcomer is locked inside overnight. That night, Thomas and Minyu fight for their lives as grievers hunt them. They tie Albie to a wall to keep him safe and lure the grievers into a trap. Thomas kills one of the monsters using its own mechanical tail, the first person to ever kill a griever. When morning comes, they make it back to the Glade alive. Everyone is shocked. Surviving a night in the maze was thought to be impossible. The next day, something even stranger happens. The box delivers a girl, the first girl ever. Her name is Teresa, and she's clutching a note that says she's the last one. Ever, before passing out, she whispers Thomas's name, which leaves everyone stunned. Thomas and Teresa later discover they share a strange connection. They remember bits and pieces of their past and realize they knew each other before arriving here. But things are getting worse. The maze stops closing at night, letting the grievers attack freely. The boys are terrified, and some start to lose hope. Thomas refuses to give up, with Minyu and Teresa. He hatches a plan to escape once and for all. They study the maps of the maze and discover that its shifting patterns form a code. This code might be the key to shutting the maze down. But before they can act, the grievers attack again. Killing several boys, in the chaos, Albie sacrifices himself to buy the others time. Thomas realizes they have no choice. They must face the maze one last time. Despite Galley's protests, a group of survivors follows Thomas into the maze for a final. Desperate run, they fight their way through the grievers in a brutal, bloody battle, losing more friends along the way. Until they reach a hidden laboratory. Inside, they discover computers and dead scientists, apparently killed by rebels. A recording plays, revealing the shocking truth. They are part of an experiment run by an organization called WCKD, pronounced Wicked. The world outside was devastated by a deadly virus, and the maze was designed to test their survival instincts in hopes of finding a cure. The scientist, Dr. Ava Page, says the trials were a success, just before appearing to shoot herself on camera. Suddenly, Galley appears holding a gun. Traumatized and angry, he blames Thomas for everything and fires, but Minyu throws a spear, killing him. Unfortunately, one of their friends is fatally shot. Before they can grieve, armed soldiers burst in, take the survivors to a helicopter, and fly them out of the maze. As they look out over the ruined world, Thomas realizes this is not the end. It's only the beginning of a much bigger battle. And that's the Maze Runner, a thrilling fight for freedom, where every choice comes with a cost. If you were in Thomas's shoes, would you risk everything to escape, or stay in the Glade where it's safe? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this recap, subscribe so you don't miss part 2, the Scorch Trials, where things get even more dangerous.